Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. If this is your first time, I am Kyle. I am one half of the Wandering Shores. So we do free camping, cheap camping, RV life videos, and today we are at Franklin Mountain State Park just outside El Paso, Texas, and we're going to show you what the camping options are here in the state park and talk to you about some of the limitations. So I just turned off of 375 into the state park. We just passed the initial sign for the park that I did the intro at, and now we're driving immediately to the visitor center, which is only probably a 1/10 of a mile in from the actual main entrance. Do you enjoy free camping and boondocking across the United States? Well, we've got a lot more for you. If you haven't already, checked out thewanderingshores.com, and we have an interactive Google map there where you can see all of the spots we've done campsite reviews of, as well as things to do in the area. So check us out. So if you've got a camping reservation, this is where you're going to need to check in to get your printed pass and let them know that you've arrived. You'll see here as we pull up to the visitor center, they've got some barrels blocking, so you are required to turn right into the visitor center. And you'll see as we turn right here, the only RV or larger RV parking spaces are going to be here on the right-hand side. Luckily, there's actually a travel trailer sitting in one of them right now. So you're going to want to park somewhere in this area here on the right if you've got a large vehicle. Once you go around this turn, there's not a lot of options as far as larger vehicle parking. So you'll want to head into the visitor center, which I'm going to show you right here by this stop sign is right up those stairs. There's a gift shop as well. This park is only open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it is actually in mountain time, so keep that in mind. El Paso is one of the few cities and / counties in Texas that is still in mountain time. Once you've checked in, and I'm not able to show you that process because we did it a few days ago, you're going to come back through the rest of the parking lot and you're going to turn right to go towards the camping spots. Both the parking lot at the visitor center as well as this road have a speed limit, and keep an eye on that because there are some very large speed bumps that they've put into the road that will really jar you if you're not paying attention. The first area we're going to come to here is actually just a day use area. So if you want to do some hiking of those trails, you can go up that road or park right here in this parking lot. Over here to the left, we have some of the staff's equipment. And here's one of these very large speed bumps. I've got video stabilization on in the GoPro, so it may not have looked like it jarred the vehicle much, but it does. The second area you're going to come to on the right is another parking area where this little Class B Plus is pulling out. This is a parking area for the nature trail, which is on the left-hand side. We actually did a video of that trail as well. I'm not sure if it will be released before or after this campsite review video, but we did do the nature trail. It's only about 7.75 miles and it's considered easy, but it is some loose gravel. Then the third little parking area that you come to on your right will be the spots for the RVs, and I'll pull up here and then I'll get out and show you more about the campsites here in the RV section. All right, I'm here at the RV parking area. So a couple things to keep in mind. There are only 5 sites here. You'll see the little sign that says RV parking. As you pull into the camping area, you're going to see some parking over here on the right hand side. That's some additional parking for people who can't get their rig, like us, and their tow vehicle into the space at the same time. As you're walking through or coming through, this area right here with all the striped lines is actually a campsite. It's campsite, I believe, number 4. Now, I don't know if that is supposed to be your picnic area or if this one is supposed to be your picnic area, but they've just been kind of using them back and forth This rig here is using that side. This rig was using this side, but I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be. Site number 3 is right there. A couple things to keep in mind about these sites is they are extremely unlevel. There are only 5 sites, and you might have a hard time getting level. They are also not very large, so be sure you pay attention to what the limit says on the reservation platform, which ultimately is through Reserve America. Site number 2 is right here. This one's a little confusing because I'm not sure. I think most people park right there and then use that as the picnic area. All the sites have a picnic table as well as a garbage hook. They also have garbage cans situated at each site, so that's super convenient. Then you'll see over here, we are in site number 3. It's getting kind of windy, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. I've got the little dead cat microphone on here. Okay, now I'm going to take you over to the rest of the camping areas. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing when you're trying to make reservations if you have an RV. A lot of these spots, or most all of these spots, are listed as tent-only sites here a little bit further into the park. However, as you will see, I have seen RVs parked in some of them, just in the parking area space. So people are using them that way as well. I'm going to turn right here and go up towards the cave trail, but you'll see that there is an RV up here. There are some campsites here in this area as well. They are walk-in sites according to the website, and I have not seen anybody park up here to camp, but I'm not 100% sure what is allowed and not allowed when it comes to parking RVs in these areas. I'm gonna head back out to the main road. I'll show you a few more of these when we get inside and I go over the map with everyone. Hey, I'm pulling back out onto the main road to head down towards this camping area, as well as the day use area where the grills and barbecues, etc. are. Again, situation where I'm not 100% sure what the rules are when it comes to parking RVs in these sites, since they say they are walk-in only and many of them are tent only. But you'll see a couple smaller vans there on the right. This is a large pull-out area that I've seen somebody camp in, as well as up here on the top of the hill here. There is a little roadway here. Site 37 is right there. So again, I'll show you some of these on the map so you have a point of reference. This area over on the right is not for camping. That is day use area, and one of the main trails, which is the Sunset Trail, or Upper Sunset Trail, also starts from that area. So now I'm going to take you inside. And show you a little bit of the stuff on the actual map of the state park, as well as talk about some of the resources that are available here in this area. Please keep in mind, this is a dry camping only. They have no dump station. They have no water anywhere in the park. Everything is going to have to be obtained outside of the park before you arrive. All right, everyone, we are inside. Sorry, I have to wear my headphones because for whatever reason, the microphone on the computer is not recording and my external mic doesn't work either. So having used the mic on the headphones. So here we are inside. We're going to take a look at some of the information specific to Franklin Mountain State Park in Texas. Here is Texas. El Paso is right here in the corner, just south of Las Cruces. Let me zoom in here and I'll show you. So this is the state park right here. And I'll zoom in. Right there is where I did the intro, and let me go on to landscape version. And you can see that is right where the sign is. You're pulling in here off of what is 375, also known as Woodrow Bean Trans Mountain Drive. So you're going to drive in. This is the visitor area that I talked about where you have to check in, and then you'll go a little bit further down the road. You'll see as we go down the road, you're going to see a couple of the parking areas that I showed you along the drive into the park. Then you're going to get back to this area here, which is the camping area. What I've done here is marked sites 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think that's how 4 and 5 go. I think 4 is on this side, 5's on this side, but I don't really know which pavilion or which picnic area you're supposed to use. But as you can see, let me go down to street level. You can see right there from the turn in, it's very easy. The only limitation you're really going to have is the size of your vehicle. So if you're anything over 30 foot, I would probably try to avoid sites 3, which is where we are, because we were at 30 and we were just on the cusp. These are decent for a longer rig, but not much longer. And then if you have anything large rig, I would park here on 3 and 4. Then you kind of go back here, and there's some of the other camping areas back here where you can see some of the parking areas where I guess people are choosing to reserve and then park even though they're not designated for RV. Now, let me talk about a couple things to keep in mind. So this is a inexpensive campsite, but there are some, I won't call them hidden fees, but they're a little tricky. It's $10 a night for the dry camping, which is pretty much anything in the park. However, there is a day use fee of $5 per person per night for camping. So in essence, for a couple, like my wife and I, it was $10 for the campsite, $5 each, so it ends up being $20 a night. It's a little confusing when you go on to what is Reserve America that they're utilizing, even though you can go through the Texas State Parks reservation system. It just takes you to Reserve America just with the Texas State Park banner. But just keep that in mind. So it's not really $10 a night. It's really more like either 15 or 20, depending upon, or even higher, depending upon how many people you have in your party. Now, when it comes to services in the area, very, very limited. I've got a couple areas here starred. These are Love's truck stops where you can dump and therefore get water as well. Those are paid locations, I believe, as of this recording in March of 24. They're about $10 per dump and water fill up. Sometimes water's free if you ask the folks inside if you're not dumping. But when it comes to other water in the area, the only other options you have are like those filtered water stations that are spread around the city and those little windmills and things like that. So that's really what we're taking a look at here is Franklin Mountain State Park. It's a very nice campsite. It's beautiful, lots and lots of hiking. It can get windy, so be advised of that. Make sure you come fully stocked with water and empty tanks because there's nothing easily accessible. Not to mention that on our way in, and again, this is March of 10, or on 10, March of 2024, Interstate 10 is under construction. So there's a large backup pretty much all day long in order to, especially if you're coming from the north, like Las Cruces, New Mexico. We ended up getting off at this exit and then coming across 375. One last thing to say, when you come here and when you're leaving the park, be advised that when you come out this exit right here, you cannot turn what would be left to go on 375 this direction. You have to go right only and go down about a mile and exit, which is I think right here somewhere, oh right there, and then get back on and go the other direction on 375 if you need to. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them in the comments below. And if you really like this content, please give us a thumbs up. We love providing inexpensive and most often free campsite reviews. Thanks, everyone. If you enjoy free camping and boondocking across the United States, well, we've got a lot more for you. If you haven't already, checked out thewanderingshores.com, and we have an interactive Google map there where you can see all of the spots we've done campsite reviews of, as well as things to do in the area. So check us out.